Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the gun guy. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. In case you haven't noticed, we've come out on location a little bit out here in the weeds in the middle of no place for the purpose of demonstrating something I found at SHOT Show while I was there, and I'm really grateful for. To be honest with you, as much hunting as I've done all my life and camping and so on, you've probably had this happen too if you like to hunt or camp. I've planned it out and gotten it all dialed in and thought, you know, I'm going to get out of the office at a certain time. I'm going to get in the truck. I'm going to have it all loaded up. I'm going to bust out there and I'm going to get there before dark, get my camp all set up, get everything ready. So the next day we can get up early, get out there in the blind and be ready to go. We can even maybe do a little scouting before we get there. Well, you know, the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. What ends up happening to me most of the time is I find myself leaving late because I couldn't get out of the office on time, couldn't get away from work, couldn't get away from this or that or the other thing. And when I show up, it's like this. It's dark. And I'm out there trying to set up my tent and my camp with my son or whatever, and we're out there with these dinky, stupid little headlamps like this that hardly make any, you know, light at all. Or I got a flashlight in my mouth trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing and stumbling around in the dark and so on. So here we are at SHOT Show, and we go by this booth and we're looking at the coast lights. Now, if you've never been to SHOT Show, it's an enormous event and there are 8 bazillion booths with flashlights of every type, shape, kind, brand, quality, and so on. And I gotta tell you, I have really been impressed with the lighting products from Coast. Every last one of them, from tactical lights to everything else, has just had an amazing amount of durability and functionality that I really, really liked them. And so when they offered to send me this headlamp, this one I got on my head, this is the Coast HL8R. I can do that if I keep trying. It's the rechargeable version of their HL8 headlamp. I wanted it because it's 800 stinking lumens. I mean, it's bright.
Oh, very funny, Nick.
So now you can see that we're out here and it's, you know, really dark. Okay, I've got the camera set on its most sensitive night setting and you can see absolutely nothing until I turn on the Coast lamp. So as I'm walking up the road here, you can see that it's pretty easy to see where you're walking, and this is on its widest setting, again at 800 lumens. I can turn it down to 50 lumens, or about halfway, and it, you know, it gets quite a bit lighter, but I can, and you may not be able to tell with the camera, but I can still navigate. And then as I crank it up, there's a medium setting of about 250 lumens, and then there's 800 lumens, and it'll run, oh, I don't know, roughly 4 hours at 800 lumens and somewhere around 60 hours at its lowest setting. So even though it's hard to see with the camera, I can still see where I'm going, even at the lowest setting. But when you really want to brighten up the night, you crank this thing up to 800 lumens and good grief, you can really see what you're doing. I mean, it's the most amazing headlamp I think I've ever dealt with. I like the fact that it also comes with the 2 battery packs, because if the lithium one dies on me, that's not a big deal. I've got the other one that takes AA's, and so I can just swap it out real quick. It just unplugs and you plug the other one in and away you go. So I'll always have power, and I can always carry extra AA's with me. I mean, that's pretty simple. Now, the other thing that I like about it is, and I've shown you this before, but as I dial it in again, let's compare it with just this beam as I tighten it up. It's got such a bright light in this beam, even as I'm trudging around here. If I compare this incredible beam that you're seeing to my 200 lumen tactical light that I carry in my pocket, let me turn off the Coast headlamp here, turn on my tactical lights, you can see, yeah, the 200 lumen light's okay, but I mean, you know, and you know, you can navigate around with it, but you know, it takes up a hand. Or you can, you know, light up the night with the bright headlamp from Coast, and wow, what a difference. I mean, you know, like I said, I've used the tar out of it lately, and you know, if I'm out in the sticks or something and I need a lamp and I really need to be able to see what the heck I'm doing, this thing is the greatest thing since the napkin. I gotta tell you, I've really used a tar out of it for that reason. What's interesting is, though, as much as I've used it, I've really just been using it on the AA's until today. I hadn't really fiddled with the lithium battery, and it just runs a long time on the AA's. So I'm very, very impressed. This is the Coast HL8 rechargeable, the HL8R. from Coast, and I'm really impressed with their lights anyway. I have a feeling I'll get a few more, some tactical lights, and we'll look at those too. But I urge you, if you camp, hike, or whatever, take a hard look at this one, because I got to be honest with you, I've just fallen in love with this stupid thing. It's tough as tough could be. I've dropped it a couple times unintentionally, haven't caused it any damage. It still runs perfectly. And then I found out, when I first put it on, it's got the batteries back here, so it was a little heavy on my head, a little heavy on my hat. And then I'm digging around looking at the instructions, and I'm like, well, stupid, read the instructions. And what I found is it comes with a little extension for the battery pack. It, by the way, comes with 2 battery packs. This is the rechargeable lithium one, I think. I think it's lithium. This is rechargeable. Comes with a rechargeable battery pack, and then it comes with one that takes AA batteries. But it's got an extension, so you just plug it into the back of the headset and hook it on your belt, and now there's no weight on your head at all, aside from the light. But if you like to hunt and fish and camp like I do, having a great light is a really positive thing, particularly if it's a headlamp that allows you to have your hands free to do things. So I thought it was worth reviewing this for you and showing it to you. This is a terrific light from Coast, not terribly expensive. It's a lot more than your cheapy little headlamp's going to be, but once you buy it, darn thing probably lasts me forever. I've put it through a lot of use this last month, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm very grateful for it, and I'm probably going to get myself another one so that my son's got one and we won't be stumbling around in the dark. Anyway, thank you very much for checking out my channel. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and check out the information on the Coast HL8R. I put it down in the description for you. There's some links down there so you can find it and you can get more detail on the specs with it. And I urge you to check it out. It is a great headlamp. I'm really super excited about it. And as you know, if you watch my channel, I don't put anything up here that I don't like. And what you probably don't know, because you don't see them, is I do have companies and distributors and manufacturers send me stuff that we never do a review on, because after fiddling with it, we've discovered we don't like it, or it's just junk or whatever, or there's a lot of things wrong with it, in which case we'll let them know what we don't like about it, but we won't post a negative review. Yeah, my mom always taught me, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. So if you see it on this channel, it's because we've thoroughly put it through its paces and we really, really like it. And I got to tell you, I really, really like this lamp. So check it out in the description and take a hard look at it. When I get a chance, I'll write a detailed review and put it on the GunGuy TV website as well, and you can check that out too. And in the meantime, again, like, subscribe, share us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. Thank you very much for watching my videos. If it wasn't for you, our channel wouldn't be growing, and it is. I'm really, really grateful. Have a wonderful week. Stay in the light, and be safe.